Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of
The Batman Men.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No. Oh.
Okay, listen. No. When we sat down and we were figuring out what we were going to call the show, and I put that name forward, you crapped all over it. You said, there's no way we can call ourselves that. It's trademarked. It sounds stupid. And now here, just without conferring with me first, you're just going to jump out of the gate and call us the Batman Men?
Listen, all I'm saying is...
Damn it.
Things change. Back when we had that discussion, we were the James Bond Men. Now we are no longer
the Star Wars Men. We did Star Wars before anything else.
That's true.
And a lot of our potential names, like we had a couple of name ideas that were like run on other, like, you know, a play on movie lines, and a lot of those were, I still like, this is not the podcast you're looking for.
Yep.
But I was worried, you know, I think we were worried that people would go, oh shit, well, I better keep looking then.
Yeah,
and then
afraid people would take it
everyone
literally.
would pass it by.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the show where, if this is your first time, it's a show where we talk about movies. We review movies. We occasionally review TV shows. We occasionally just talk about movie-related things. And yeah, it's typically a lot of fun. We've been working through a series. And by that, I mean, we've done one entry. This will be the second entry. We've done a couple series. We seem to be, as someone alluded, we seem to kind of almost be the franchise men now. We do a peppering of other films here and there, but we do like to find a series to kind of work through, or a category. And we did it with Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a fun continuity to kind of go through.
Yeah, for sure. We did it with Star Wars. We did it with James Bond, impressively. And I just saw a link online the other day which said, I didn't click on it because I was like, oh, well, that ship sailed. But there was like,
What?
The headline of the link was like, make $1,000 by watching all of the 007 films leading up to No Time to Die. And I was like, well, it's not even worth it at this point.
Can we claim it retroactively at all?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, you know, is it like filing taxes where you're like, okay, well, in the calendar year of, you know, and we have evidence, we have proof.
Oh, we do.
Have documented proof. But yeah, we did 007. We did Harry Potter. Which we will revisit for the Fantastic Beasts franchise.
I literally forgot all about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Well, so did Dumbledore. And and we're currently working on Black Mirror. But we're also doing Batman. We're doing the history of Batman through live-action Batman through film. So we did the 1969? 66? 67. 66. I think it's 66.
Yeah, I've got it written down.
Adam West, Burt Ward, Batman. We spent a lot of time. It was both mine and Pete's first time watching it. Although I'm a big Batman nut, like a big Batman, like walnut. I had never seen it. No, you had never seen it. And we spent a lot of time kind of shitting on that film. Like I rode to its defense a couple of times. I said like, hey, well, but it is significant because of this and this and this. And if you take the fact that it's 66 and what the comics and source material was like at the time and, then there are bigger dumpster fires than this. But overall, it wasn't that great. We both kind of didn't, you know, it wasn't, I think it was like, aside from maybe Cats, it could be like our second least favorite film that we've talked about.
Oh yeah, I'd be
like that we've both agreed on.
I'd be challenged to find. Yeah, I can't think of anything that's worse. To just add on to what you said, like you did ride to its defense to some degree. I kicked it while it was down. I rounded up. I gave it a 1 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I give it like a 4, a 4 something, 4.4 or something.
Yeah.
And so we're moving on. We're moving on to the next one, which is the 1989 Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman. But before we get to that, I have a few words that I would like to say.
Interesting. Okay.
If you will allow me.
Oh, of course.
All right. Elucidate. Non sequitur. Obfuscate. Perfunctory. Perpetuity. Psychosomatic. Defenestration. That's it. Those were the words I wanted to say.
Why?
Well, so let me let you in on something.
Sure.
And this is genuinely candid. I have not. It's like a magic trick, sir. Have we met before?
No.
We haven't discussed this. I had someone reach out to me, someone who listens to the show, an avid listener of the show, I would say,
Cool.
who only discovered the show or started listening really in the last couple of months.
Oh, cool.
But in that time has listened to just about everything we have, and in some cases more than once.
Wow.
And so it's been fun. There's been a lot of feedback that I've gotten, all positive. But something they did comment on is they said, sometimes I feel kind of stupid because Pete uses a lot of words that are like really complicated, like very wordy words that maybe not a lot of people know. And they said, I don't know if he's doing it to like sound really smart or like because I don't think he means to sound pretentious, and he doesn't sound pretentious, but they're potentially pretentious words. And so, anyways, it's my turn. Today is my day.
Please.
I just looked up a bunch of words that I didn't. Some of those words I knew.
Sure. Some of them I didn't know.
Elucidate, I did not know. Yeah. So elucidate means to explain something that is confusing. If so, it's kind of like elaborate. I think it's another, it's interchangeable for elaborate.
Okay.
Obfuscate is like to confuse someone. Non sequitur, you know what that is. Right? You know what a non sequitur is?
I honestly don't.
So a non sequitur would be sort of like an anecdote or a sentence that doesn't make a whole lot of sense contextually when compared to the conversation at hand.
Oh.
Right? So if we were talking about like Batman, and I say, well, that reminds me, my grandmother owned a donkey, then me saying that would be a bit of a non sequitur.
Right.
And then my favorite, perpetuity, is, but my favorite one from that list is defenestration. And this is one of the beautiful things about the English language. Defenestration, or to defenestrate, is the English word for to throw, I don't know if it's specifically someone or just an object in general. But to throw something, to heave something out of a window.
Interesting.
So if someone dies and the cause of death is defenestration, it's because somebody threw them out of a window.
Dear goodness.
So there you go. Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
You can, only if you use layman's terms.
I didn't realize this was a thing. But when you started reciting all these words, do you know what I honestly thought you were doing? And I quite honestly still can picture it in my head. I honestly thought you were doing some type of bridge over to the Batman movie we're watching. I thought these were all words that, like, say, Adam West said that were, like, in his bat cave, and, like, he would be like, non sequitur, and,
yeah, it's a non sequitur. Robin, if we don't take care of this situation at hand, we are in a real potential to have a non sequitur.
Yeah, like, I honestly, like, every one of those, like, I honestly thought that's what the context was. I'm like, I thought these were like words that I just missed in the 1966 Batman, and in my head I was just picturing Adam West saying them. I'm like, oh yeah, totally. They're just like nonsensical words that I don't know what they mean, but probably like were used out of context in the Batcave, and they sounded great coming out of him. And then when you actually,
like most things that Adam West said in the Batcave,
like honestly.
But yeah, so, and you know what? Listen, I got a good laugh out of this when I heard this from them.
I did too.
Because
That's cool.
like I am very wordy myself.
Yes.
But typically, like if I'm writing an essay, I pull out all the stops.
Sure.
But I do admit that like sometimes you'll say a sentence, and I'll go, based on the context of the sentence, I can kind of deduce what he's saying. I kind of know what that means, but I'm also not 100% sure, and I don't want to ruin the pace by saying,
no.
Sorry, sir, can you use a synonym for that? Can you dumb that down a
line
bit?
I like to use for myself is just explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Just please.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. That's very good.
So Batman. Now, question.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a question I feel like I've been asking you more and more frequently in this show.
Okay.
Had you seen this before?
Interesting question. I had seen...
Thank you.
I had seen snippets of it. I had never sat down to watch it. I had never seen the whole thing. I literally had seen a few key scenes, and then I specifically remembered maybe the last 5 to 10 minutes because I was waiting for something else as a kid to come on TV, and I just saw the ending. So I would say no, I have not.
Okay. Well, hit me with some trivia, and then I want to hit you with a couple of hot takes, and then we can unpack this.
Please. Okay. My question is a simple one this week, and it is one question. So there were a lot of actors that were considered for the role of Batman. Obviously, it went to Michael Keaton. And a lot of the stars or actors who were considered was like the who's who of Hollywood. And obviously some might be gossip, some might be hearsay. I'm assuming you'll have quite a good idea of which ones are actually true or whatnot, just because you're a Batman fan. But I'm going to try and throw you a curveball, see if you can see it coming or not.
As long as you know that you are showing up at a Star Wars convention attempting to explain how a lightsaber works.
What?
You're do you know what I mean? Like you're welcome to give me this question, but just know
that
you're showing up you're a everyday person who is showing up at a cobbler to explain how shoes work.
And that's what, like, I honestly thought about that. I was like, ooh, where do I go with this question? It's going to be hard to do anything that you haven't heard. It's your thing. Batman is your thing. But here it is. So the who's who list was pretty extensive. I'm going to give you 4 names, and all but one were considered for the role of Batman.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All but one.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Tom Selleck. Bill Murray.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Timothy Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. So the answer is
all but one.
Yeah. So the answer is Timothy Dalton. And Pierce Brosnan is interesting because Pierce Brosnan was actually
full stop. Not surprised that you knew it. Because a lot of weeks are like, hey, I've got an idea. Let me deduce this. This, you're like, no, I can spot this red herring. I've got
Yeah.
this answer tattooed on my
Well,
pelvis.
I knew. I already knew.
Yeah. That's cool.
Like I knew the list. I knew the list of guys.
Yeah.
You left out some interesting ones like Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
And stuff like that. But
Sir.
and Pierce Brosnan was actually the studio's
Yes.
choice.
I
They really
read
wanted
that.
him.
Which I can
and
see.
so,
I
yeah.
can honestly see him, to be fair.
Yeah. And obviously they went with Michael Keaton. So interestingly, Tim Burton was hired to do this in 1986, but it wasn't until 1988 when Beetlejuice was super successful that Tim Burton was given the green light to go ahead with this. Because you got to remember, at this point, this is like not a lot happening from Tim Burton at this point. He's basically an unknown. And
refresh my memory. This is 1989. When did Scissorhands come out?
92.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So he's super, super, super unknown. I think really the only two feature length movies that he's done at this point is Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Beetlejuice.
Sure.
And like I said, when the time he was hired, Beetlejuice hadn't even come out yet. So it wasn't until that came out that this was like officially greenlit, and they had the go ahead to start making this. And so he really wanted Michael Keaton, who he had just worked with on Beetlejuice with. Now, Michael Keaton was an extremely controversial casting. And this is the thing, you see this all the time now. Everyone's bent out of shape about Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I'm personally excited to see what we get.
Me too.
But a lot of people are bent out of shape, and they're like, "Oh, it's an awful casting choice," because everyone in Hollywood or all of the fans always know so much better. And we've talked about this. We talked about this in episode 1 of this podcast.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. Really? The Brokeback Mountain? You're going to get the gay cowboy to come play the Joker? Clearly, these movie makers don't know anything about anything. And now, even though Heath Ledger is not... I think it's an incredible performance. I think it's really overrated. I think...
Sure.
I think anything that receives that much hype is overrated. But all those people had to eat their words. And Michael Keaton was the exact same way. Michael Keaton was, up until this point, he had sort of become typecast as a comedic actor. And a lot of people doubted whether or not Michael Keaton was going to be able to play a serious role. But Tim Burton was hell-bent on him. And hot take number 1.
Okay, here we go. Let's get it started.
Of the films that have been released, because obviously we don't have Robert Pattinson's iteration yet, Michael Keaton is my Batman. He is my favorite. I think he is the best Batman. I think he's the best Batman and Bruce Wayne combination. You have some actors who are like, they're a pretty good Bruce Wayne, but then when they put cape and cowl on, it's not quite as convincing, or vice versa. They played a great Batman, but I don't know if they work as Playboy billionaire for me. Michael Keaton worked through and through for me in both aspects. So Michael Keaton, in my opinion, is the best Batman that we've had. So that's hot take number 1.
Wow, that's a bold hot take.
Yep.
I mean, we'll probably chew on it a bit more as far as when we get into the meat and potatoes of the film, but that is a bold hot take.
Okay.
And to be honest, I kind of knew this a little bit going in, just some little teasers that you've given me throughout the couple years about like Batman this, this is a good Batman, that's not a good Batman. So I can't say I'm shocked that you're saying that. Like you kind of softened the blow, but I'm a little shocked that I guess I'm a little
now
shocked.
This is not my favorite Batman movie.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll get to that one in the next Batman film that we do.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite iteration, my favorite actor who plays Batman.
Sure. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think? First impression of the film?
I mean, listen, I'll go down my whole grocery list if you're okay with it.
Yeah. Okay, well, so if you have a grocery list, I'll just tell you one last interesting tidbit.
Please.
That I feel like is going to be kind of just a random thing compared to the rest of your list.
Yeah.
At the time of release.
Sure.
At the time of release, this was the 5th highest grossing film of all time.
I did read that. I was almost going to base the question off that, but that is wild.
Yeah. So it was shot for like 40 million.
Sure.
And it made like 400 and something million.
Yeah.
In 1989.
Yep. That is incredible.
Which is big. That's a big bag of peanuts in 1989.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so my impressions are, in a nutshell, I would agree that I actually like Michael Keaton as Batman, and it probably relates to I just like Michael Keaton in general. This is definitely not my favorite Batman film, and I would say he's not my favorite Batman. But I honestly think
but we all know who your favorite Batman is.
Oh, yeah, obviously. But to be quite honest, I was not disappointed with him. And if there's any hate on him, I don't know if there is in the Batman community or not. I'm not as in touch. I actually liked it. I found the Batman role, I enjoyed it. There were some things that I liked. There's some things that I didn't like as much. And I'll just run through my grocery list if you want.
Sure, yeah. Well, to answer your question, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's some people in the Batman fandom who don't like Michael Keaton, but I would say that they're definitely the outliers.
Okay.
Not everyone thinks he's the best Batman like I do.
Sure.
But I would say you would definitely be in the minority to not enjoy his portrayal.
Okay. And that's fair, and I think that's a very fair status then. I'm okay with that being a thing. I mean, obviously just character richness, we're light years ahead from 1966. Like 1966 was a chore in every sense of the word. This wasn't a chore. To be honest, I liked how we had some depth. We had some human moments of Bruce. I loved just watching him like on a date. I loved him interacting with Alfred. That was Alfred. I don't know why it sounded like Alfred when I said that, but
Alfred. Hey, Alfred.
Just like, like the little plays that he gave him, like, hey, Alfred, why don't you marry her if she's so good? And, him trying to muster the courage to tell Vicky that he's Batman. All these kind of human elements that just obviously just did not exist in the 1966 Batman were a welcome sight for me. The villain in this, so the Joker, I think my impression is, there are limitations to a Joker who's a little more measurable and has relatable objectives like revenge and taking over a crime company and not just like a mercenary for chaos. So I'm not trying to stir up fire of, hey, Heath Ledger versus everybody else. I'm just saying this Joker was a little predictable, a little controllable, a little one-dimensional, but he was good. I think part of that is just Jack Nicholson and his talent pulling through. So I don't think the Joker was amazing. I wasn't as impressed by the villain. I thought it was passable, though. Okay. The Batmobile was decent, respectable for the time and the context.
Oh, man. It's also my favorite Batmobile.
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, like just it's so sleek and sexy, and like my favorite car is a '69 Camaro.
Okay.
because of some of the curves that it's got. And this Batmobile has all of the same curves.
Oh.
And it's just so, just it's just so, it feels like something that, like, if you look at the inside of it, like, here's the thing, right?
Sorry,
So,
are we talking the Camaro still or the Batmobile?
the Batmobile.
Okay.
No, the Batmobile.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
here's
yeah.
the thing, like, and again, not to jump ahead, but like in Nolan's Batman universe, aside from painting the thing black and then whatever retrofit that Fox does to have the Bat Pod come out of it, which is cool, but a little bit bullshit as far as like it's one of those moments in a series that was otherwise supposed to be perfectly realistic.
Yeah.
Where you're like, well, okay, hang on. What did I just witness? But but aside from a couple of retrofits that they do, that is it's a mass-produced vehicle, or a vehicle that was meant for mass production. Although I guess they never ended up producing it. This Batmobile, especially the inside of it, feels like something that billionaire Bruce Wayne and his butler had to build in secret in a cave underneath his mansion.
Fair. That is
right. It
that's
feels like something he's
yeah.
welded and put together a little bit himself, but still is super like sleek and sexy, and just some of the tech that's in it. It's not crazy. It's not crazy tech, but just stuff like shields, and the whole car just becomes like iron plated.
Which is
To
actually
me,
coincidentally
that's so cool.
that was a feature of the '69 Camaro as well.
Yeah. That's why I want one. Because I'm in a bad neighborhood, and I just think that if any car can take it,
Yeah.
it'd be that.
Sure.
But yeah, sorry. So yeah, Batmobile.
Yeah, no. I agree with you. Of note, there was a small, like, not a large toy, but like a kind of a, is it dinky car? Is that the term? I had a
Hot Wheels.
Batmobile toy growing up, and I'm curious which movie it will be that I recognize and say that's the Batmobile toy I had. It was not this movie, but we'll see which one it is.
It'll be either Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. Those were both very merchandise heavy films. Yeah. The whole two films are essentially toy commercials. But I have sealed in the package, I have Hot Wheels for every screen used Batmobile.
Oh, wow.
So I have the 66 one, I have this one.
Sure.
I have the Tumbler. I also have the Bat Pod and the Bat. And then I have a couple from the video games and stuff like that. But
wow, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, I thought, again, decent, respectable for the time and context. Some cool features like the voice control and the self-drive feature, and for 1989, that's out of this world. Visually, I actually found it a little enjoyable. Not the most practical yet, and I just picture that from like I think you and I maybe differ a little bit. We'll get into this. I liked that it was a mass-produced vehicle. It seemed more realistic to me. This is just more in line with something that is true to like a unique Batman-iness. And I think that's just where we differ in opinion. So I liked the Batmobile. Definitely not the best Batmobile, but I thought it was definitely passable. And
I think, you know what? And I think that can, I think our difference there can easily be explained by this.
Sure.
You are a fan of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, his Dark Knight trilogy.
Yep.
I am a fan of Batman.
Yes. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So to you, we run into this. I've run into this as a very similar discussion. So, friend of the show, Emily Mader, who's going to be returning sooner than you know it. She's a big Superman fan.
Oh, cool.
But her first real, like most of what she knows about Superman, she got from the TV show Smallville,
Oh, cool.
which is fine. But if you're going to sit down and have a real discussion about Superman, you need to understand that the show took a lot of liberties with the source material. It did a lot of things that aren't, canonly accurate, aren't accurate to the comics. And so she's a Superman fan, but her basis for that is based in a very unique individual interpretation of the character. And I think you and I are in similar boats.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you enjoy Batman,
Yep.
but that enjoyment for Batman is based on what Christopher Nolan did with him over the course of 3 films.
Right. Sure.
My enjoyment is based on toys I had as a kid, comic books, graphic novels, video games, all of the movies. And so it's a much different thing, right? So I can see layers in Tim Burton's Batman that are true to the character that maybe Christopher Nolan left out. And to you, they're not significant because you don't know that that's inherently a part of the character.
Sure.
Whereas for me, I'm going, oh yeah, like he really captured Batman when he did this. Right. So,
Right.
but so I think our difference in approach to Batman is explained away as simply as that.
I think you've really hit on something, and that might be something that just kind of continually shows up. That could be. The only other thing on the grocery list, and I have more things to talk about, but just my impressions, are peripheral characters. So to me, the only ones that stood out to me were Lieutenant Gordon and Harvey Dent, and I was a little bit
Commissioner
disappointed.
Gordon.
What's that?
Hey, give the man the title that he's due. He's Commissioner Gordon. He's not a lieutenant. He's police commissioner.
First Private Gordon.
No. Not cadet, not runt, not colonel, not general.
Assistant to the regional manager Gordon.
Police Commissioner Gordon. Yeah.
I found them a little non-existent from a significance perspective, from a dimensional perspective as far as character development. So I was a little disappointed, especially having Billy D. Williams. I was just, he
as District Attorney Harvey Dent.
Yeah, like other than like sneezing on screen for like 4 seconds, he really didn't have much of an impactful role as I was really expecting. So I'm just.
Will you be more disappointed when you discover that they recast him moving forward?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Do you know by who?
No.
Do you know who? So in this kind of 4-film arc, he shows up in the 3rd one in Batman Forever.
Oh.
Is when we get the Harvey Two-Face situation. And surprisingly, he's played by Tommy Lee Jones.
The hell?
Yeah, I'm not making that up.
Why?
And he plays next to Jim Carrey's Riddler. And so there's a bunch of, and it's an okay movie. It's a shit film compared to these first 2. It is a beautifully constructed masterpiece compared to the 4th. But we'll talk about all that when we get there.
Sure. Oh, that is a little disappointing. Tommy Lee Jones for okay.
Billy D. Williams was disappointed by it as well.
Well,
yeah. But it's because it's a different director.
What's he going to do? Just like Tommy Lee Jones is just going to be on screen, like yelling at people, like, "Hey, move those pylons over there! Hey, you kids, get off the sidewalk! Hey, you!"
You know,
as he does. That's literally, he just yells at people.
I guess they couldn't figure out, it's Billy D. Williams, and they couldn't figure out a way to put him in a cape that would suit Two-Face. And so they're like, okay, well, you should probably just sit around and wait for the next Star Wars film so that you can go back to a cape wearing Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's your grocery list.
That's my grocery list. I have
Well,
one
you forgot
main.
the eggs.
I have
is a
I
little
have a
disappointing.
serious question though. Like it's been
Okay.
burning a hole in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mind.
Grill me. I'm happy to. I'm happy to
it's-
answer questions about
It's
this film.
pretty fundamental. It's for the well versed and new Batman fans alike.
Okay.
And I just hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to examine it from every angle, from every perspective, and break it down and convince me and enlighten me.
This is going to
and-
be a super shallow question, isn't it?
No.
No. Okay. It felt like you were building. It felt satirical, like you were building this up.
I would never. Okay, are you
Okay.
ready? Was Michael Keaton wearing
A codpiece,
eyeliner?
eyeliner. Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Of course he was.
I had a little debate. My wife looked at it and was like, "Oh, he totally is." I'm like, "He is not." And
Oh wait. You mean like when he's? You mean when he's playing Bruce Wayne or when he's in the bat suit?
I guess either.
I don't know that he wears it when he's playing Bruce Wayne. But yeah, all Bruce Waynes wear black eye makeup when they're in the bat suit.
Oh, see, I was
You have
actually now
to.
that I'm thinking, it was not in the batsuit. Like he was at his computer doing some stuff.
My guess would be like in this. Would this be? Did he just get back from doing some Batman shit?
I honestly think he was just.
Do you know what I mean? Like it could be.
Yeah, I think that's when Vicky
You could
showed
have
up
just
and
missed some.
they had like a little heart to heart.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. It's always possible, like in these films, you know, like actors are always wearing makeup to make their eyes pop a little bit, to make their skin not glisten, to, you know, yada, yada, yada. And it could have just been they went a little heavy on something. Yeah, it's possible.
So that was the satirical question. I do have a serious one. I think you've kind of answered it.
But I don't think Bruce Wayne was in drag, if that's what you're
We'll
if that's
never
what
know.
you're trying to get to. I don't think
Yeah.
we can call. Well, like, okay, I'll listen. I will text Michael after the show
Listen,
because I told him I would talk to him this week, anyways.
Yeah, he's overdue.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't like you, but I'll
Oh,
pass it along, anyways.
Oh man, he's still upset about that thing, eh?
He's well, you know, it's. I mean, it was the guy's cat. Like, what do you, you know? A man's cat is a man's cat.
Yeah. I think you've answered this, but I'll just kind of resurface it because there was a question in my mind if you want to add on to it. Just bias and nostalgia aside, I think you've already said it's not the best Batman film, but I'm curious what you think this movie has as far as merit from either a story or product, Batman product perspective of why this film's a big deal as far as hey, and like obviously like hey, we go from 1966 Scum on a Stick to this, which it just seems night and day. Like this holds up, but I'm just wondering what significance this film has just to the industry, I guess. Like what nostalgia aside, that you grew up with this, why should I care about this at all?
Sure. Well, so I think there's so many great things about this film. First of all, this film changed the comic book film industry forever. So prior to this, the most serious comic book film that we had gotten was Christopher Reeve's red underwear on the outside Superman. Which, listen, and I'm not.
No.
Christopher Reeve's Superman is and forever will be iconic.
Sure.
But we just didn't have gritty superheroes. We didn't have edgy Batman until this point. So like Batman that as we know him now really is based on a foundation of this film coupled with some other graphic novels by Frank Miller and a few others. But so it's an important film as far as comic book films in general go. As a Batman film, I mean, it's so, again, it's there's a lot of really important Batman things that have come out of this film. That yellow logo.
Oh.
That yellow Batman logo. The theme song. So Danny Elfman's theme song, which is not only used in this film and the next, it was used in the 90s animated TV show. It's been used in several of the video games. And most people hear ba 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 bum, ba 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 bum bum bum, and they know this is Batman. This is a Batman. This is Batman's theme music, and probably the most iconic Batman theme music, next to
Right.
But I mean, it's hard to take that thing super seriously.
Yeah.
But really, as far as like singability and just like, oh yeah, okay, here we go. Not to knock what Hans Zimmer does in Christopher Nolan's trilogy, but Batman doesn't really have this like in Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Batman doesn't have like a great, just iconic "Here Comes Batman" theme, right? He's got music that you hear and you know, okay, yeah, this is the Dark Knight music. But there's not that like rally behind and get excited, singable or like hummable song.
Not a singular identifiable beat. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The way that, bum, 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 bum. Like,
True.
It's such a good theme. So that's exciting. This film takes a couple of liberties with the origin story of Joker.
Sure.
So in the comics, typically, and definitely up until this point, we didn't really have a name for Joker. He had a couple of aliases, but one of the things about Joker was we didn't really know who he was or where he came from. This film kind of is a bit of a play on a storyline called The Killing Joke,
Right.
where Batman inadvertently creates the Joker by dropping him into a vat of acid. And I like that. I like that Joker. I like a Joker where he's not wearing makeup, where he has been chemically changed on a subconscious DNA microscopic level. These chemicals bleached his skin, it turned his hair green, and
Right.
it played some nasty games with his head. I like that. And I like that Batman created his biggest foe. That is cool to me.
Sure.
I like that that really, as Tim Burton has gone on record to say, this film is basically the ultimate battle of the freaks. Because they both are. They're freaks with different motives, but they're both freaks. And it really comes down to a duel of the freaks.
Right.
And so that's cool. Again, they added this. They changed Batman's origin a little bit in this, in that they had this gangster, Jack Napier, who not only is the Joker, but is also the one that gunned down Bruce's parents.
Right.
It's a fun twist. It's not consistent with the comics, but it's a fun twist, and it adds a level. Tell me, kid, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yeah.
Which is a cool line. It doesn't really mean anything.
No.
But it's a cool catchphrase line. There's a lot of really cool stuff in this film. Michael Gough, again, this is my Alfred. We get this
Really?
Alfred for the next 3 films after this one. And he, to me, is he is Alfred.
What
He's
about
so
Michael
good.
Caine?
Yeah, I mean, Michael Caine is great, but to me, Michael Caine was he's too recognizable as I go, oh, that's Michael Caine who's changing Bruce Wayne's socks. No. I want, there's something mysterious about Alfred. Because Alfred, we don't really know a lot about
Michael Caine is very
Alfred's
mysterious.
past. Is he though? So anyways,
you're
Michael
hurting
Gough.
poor
who's-
Michael Caine's feelings. I can't do a good
this
Michael
is-
Caine. I'll stop.
No, honestly, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. I'm frightened. I was about to try one, but I'm a little frightened now.
You've done an amazing Michael Caine on
I've
this
done it
show.
in the past. I've done it in the past, but I've like worked. I've been like I've worked into it. Now I'm
Yeah.
Anyways, I love Michael Gow. I think he's now. I will hand it to you that Gary Oldman is my Commissioner Gordon.
Big time. Yep.
Big time.
And just of note, I just want to agree. I liked Alfred in this film. He's not my Alfred. He's not the best Alfred, but I liked him. He was good.
Okay. So yeah, there's just some amazing moments, man. I love the right at the beginning. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me, man. I'm not going to kill you. I want you to tell your friends about me. What are you? I'm Batman. Like when he like pulls him into his face by the collar and goes, I'm Batman. To me, that's such a great moment. And a moment that's become very iconic.
Sure.
Like that's like the go-to line. I'm Batman. And you know, I think one of my big beefs with Nolan's universe that I think this film nails is Gotham City. Is that Gotham City is this kind of, because of the architecture, it's hard to pinpoint down an exact time setting for this film. Because the cars that they're driving, some of them are 80s cars, but there's also a lot of like much older cars too. And everything just kind of like from an purely architectural state, it's got very Gothic architecture. I mean, the name of the city is Gotham. Gotham is not a place that once the sun goes down, you would want to be alone walking around in. Because it's just a dark, desolate piss hole full of scum. And with Nolan's Gotham is like the biggest disappointment to me. Because it's like, oh, this is Gotham. And I'm like, is it? Or is this like Detroit? Is this Chicago? Like,
yeah.
Is this Toronto? Like what city he's on? Like where? This doesn't feel Gotham to me.
Yeah.
And so to me, Gotham is a very dark, like even it's broad daylight and they're walking down the steps of the city hall and it's all like black marble. It's all this like dark, old, the city feels really old. Really old.
Yep.
And in the comics, oh man, there's all kinds of like history, Wonder City, stuff from the 1800s. Like there's a lot of like really old fun history in the Batman lore in Gotham, like over 100 years before Bruce is even born.
Oh wow.
And I feel like Burton's Batman leaves room for that. I want to talk to you for a second about Michael Keaton's Batman voice.
Okay.
Right. So obviously, Adam West didn't really have a Batman voice. He just sounded like a stupider version of himself.
Yep.
And we will get into the fact that that Christian Bale's Batman voice only gets worse as he goes. Everyone's talking about like, Bane's hard to understand. Bane's hard to understand? What are you talking about? The scariest fact about Christopher Nolan's Batman is that when Christian Bale shows up on the scene in this black getup, and he's like, "Where is it?" And what's terrifying about that is he's obviously given you a command that he's going to break your arm if you don't follow, but you have no idea what the hell he just said. He could be giving you directions to safety.
Right.
It could be a life or death situation, and Batman is telling you how to save yourself, and he's like, "You want to head up to the dock," and you're like, "What? Wait, sorry, can you just one more time?" One more time, just a little slower for me. What?
Yeah.
In the dark. Right? And so, which I hate. Oh my God, I hate.
Yeah. All right.
I hate it.
All right.
There's one line. There's one. Man, Christopher, possibly one of the best lines. Not the best. One of the best lines ever spoken by Batman is spoken by Christian Bale in Batman Begins, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But so what do you think of Michael Keaton's Batman voice?
To be honest, I didn't give it much thought. I'm actually all on board the Michael Keaton train. I think it's a fine voice. I honestly couldn't even tell you anything pro or con about it. Like I didn't think it was unnatural. I didn't think it was forced. It honestly just infused into every scene, and I was cool with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, all in all, like I love this film, right? I think it's good from a dark and edgy standpoint. It gave us basically the existence of dark and edgy Batman. I love Alfred in this. I love Michael Keaton's portrayal. I think Kim Basinger plays a fun Vicky Vale, a great first love interest. Commissioner Gordon, I could take him or leave him. We do have him for the next 3 films. Just everything. Just like, there's a lot of fun origins here. It's fun that they've given us, early in his career Batman, so the GCPD aren't sure yet about this guy. He's a vigilante.
Sure.
We're not trusting him. We're not going to call on Batman. And he has to prove himself in this film. And so to me, that's fun. And then at the end of the film, they have, we have a message from Batman, and he says he will always be there. We only need call. And the guy says, did he give us a phone number? Like, how are we supposed to give him? And he's like, he gave us a signal. And they turn the bat signal on, and you're like, oh yeah. Like, and the music plays and the bats flutter off of it and stuff. And,
cool.
It's just fun to me that we get a real, in Adam West's Batman, he was just a do-gooder because that's what people do. They do good. Whereas in this, you do get a little bit of the flavor of, I've tried not doing this. It's not an option. He's obsessed. Mm-hmm. He's probably a little bit unhealthy.
Yeah.
As like mentally, he's not all. He could probably use a shrink. Which I like. Batman should be he's obsessed. He's obsessed with crime fighting. He's obsessed with bringing justice to the scum of Gotham.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I liked that you get a little bit of that flavor that without Batman, the Joker wouldn't exist. And if Batman were to die, the Joker would lose his purpose. And you do get that Heath Ledger's Joker, I feel like, plays off of that too. You get
it
that.
Really does.
I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
What would I do without you?
Yep.
Right? You are my fun. You're the point of all of this.
So, and I am curious about the ending of this film, just where we have the Joker and like what he, instead of being like an exploded pizza pocket on the ground, he's quite intact. But what was laughing? Like what was what was he holding that was?
It was a box. It was just like a little, is a gag gift, a little laughing box that you can. Yeah.
Nothing
it'd be
more
like
to read in.
It'd be like it'd be like a fart machine, right? Where you put you stick it behind a pillow and it's a remote control. It's the same thing. It's just a laughing,
just like a fart
gift,
just like a fart machine.
Just like your garden variety fart machine. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to touch on with this film?
A couple things. One's more of an observation. I'm just kind of coming around. I think Jack Nicholson just plays himself in various roles now, like makeup aside.
Yeah.
Like he honestly, if you've seen Martin Scorsese's The Departed, Jack Nicholson, this honestly was like a warm up for that role because they both were very similar. I found as far as
he's got a good laugh in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a good Joker laugh.
I read some interesting things about, like, basically for this film, Jack Nicholson wrote his ticket. Like, he had a lot of specific demands. Like,
the studio wanted him.
Yeah.
And so there was a bunch of other potential options for this role. Robin Williams really wanted it, and he was turned down. But yeah, so he needed top billing. So that's why everywhere you look,
Williams.
Yeah. And again, we'll revisit this. He again could have played the Riddler, but Jim Carrey took it. Yeah, he wanted top billing, which is why if you look at the poster, it says Nicholson and Keaton, not Keaton and Nicholson. So he wanted top billing. He got a percentage of so his contract, he was going to get not only would he get his initial money, but he also got like a percentage of the box office.
Oh, wow.
And he got to an extent, he got to dictate the filming schedule.
Yes, that's what intrigued me the most. Like what I read, he had it like negotiated down to this, like he got this many hours off a day. And specifically the thing that caught my attention, like he literally negotiated it in a way using English, to be off whenever the Lakers had
Queen's
a home.
English.
to be off whenever the Lakers had a home game so he could make their home games. Like he just honestly down to like the T, just wrote down what he wanted. The studio said, yep, give it to him. Yeah, I think
interestingly, there's footage out there of a reporter sticking a microphone and a camera in Nicholson's face the night that Ledger died.
Oh.
And says, do you have any comment on the death of Heath Ledger? And Jack Nicholson's only remark is, I warned him.
Wow.
So they had definitely talked, and so it's hard to say how method Nicholson went with this film.
Yeah.
But clearly thought that it took some sort of toll, that it's a taxing mental state to play this character.
Isn't that, just think about that. That's wild. Huh.
Yeah.
I have to say this. I thought the one tacky scene in this movie was when he put like the tray, Batman that is, on his tummy, and it caught a bullet that the Joker shot at him. And I thought that was a
small
little
tray.
It was a little lucky, that the Joker didn't just go for a headshot or do any other 74 combinations of things that actually would have killed his ass. But
yeah, it was a bit of a stretch.
The last thing I'll end this on, and I want to bring this up. One of the options that stuck out to me for a candidate for Batman was apparently, and you can confirm or deny this, Harrison Ford.
Yep.
What? Like, again, we talked about Tommy Lee Jones. All he does is yell in his roles. I feel like Harrison Ford would be doing that, just getting angry at like
just
Alfred.
Grumpy
like, Alfred,
old angry guy.
Alfred, what are you doing?
Come on, Alfred, why are you doing this?
Exactly.
Alfred, I don't want to have to go out there again every single damn night, Alfred. I can't do a Harrison Ford, but
yeah, I get it.
I got to work on it.
Yeah.
So that's it?
That is it. That is all.
Okay. 0 to 10, sir.
Okay.
How would you rank this film?
It came out very close, either scale I used this week. I gave it a 6.1 on my scale. On Marshall's scale, I gave it a 6.
That is higher than a 1.
Oh, it is. I gave it 6 times the score. 6 times the score is the previous one.
6 times as good. Wow.
Yeah. What would you give this? And again, when I say 6 out of 10, like I agree, it's not a great movie for me, but I loved Michael Keaton and I loved some aspects of it. I'm not sure if I'll ever rewatch it. I might, but it was definitely an interesting view.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll say this. I'm glad we have Michael Keaton. I am looking forward to that, to the next couple movies. My prediction is this is going to be like as good as it gets for me for the pre-Nolan Batman movies, but I'll see what happens.
Yeah. You haven't seen Batman Returns?
No, I haven't seen.
Okay.
This was the only one that I had seen anything of.
Okay. I give this an 8 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good. I love this movie. Yeah, like I said, it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's close to the top. Close to the top for sure.
Cool.
What'd you watch this week, sir?
Okay. I watched 2 films. I gotta Google the other one because I always get the title wrong. A Long Journey. While I look into that, the first movie I watched was a classic that I'm sure a lot of people have heard of called Stand By Me. Late 1980s film that I'd never seen. I think it's in the realm or the category of a classic film. Is it Joaquin Phoenix's older or younger brother, River Phoenix?
River was his... Oh, shit. I was about to answer so confidently. I think it's older. His late older brother.
Yes. Okay. So he's in it. Also, the dad from What About Bob is in it. But it was an interesting film. You know, the funny thing was I was gifted this movie as a gift literally almost 10 years ago, and I never watched it. And it's literally in a box somewhere in my house. And finally, it kind of came full circle, and it was on Netflix, and we were like, yeah, let's watch it. So I finally saw it, and it was one of those movies that I'm glad I watched. I think I had to watch it someday eventually, because it's kind of like a...
Does he own it?
Well, because I own it, but I think it's also just referenced a lot in pop culture, and it's well known. I gave it a 6 out of 10. It was an interesting view. I'm not sure I'll ever watch it again, but I can see why it's talked about.
Okay.
The other movie I watched was quite different, and it's the only other thing I watched. It's called Long Day's Journey into Night. It was...
That's a long title.
I believe it was a foreign film. I believe it was a Chinese foreign film from 2018. It was interesting. It's definitely not for everyone. It's like 2.5 hours, subtitles, and just the tone of the film isn't for everyone. But it was one of those movies that I watched, thought about, talked a bit out loud with, talked with a couple people about. And the more that I'm talking about it, the more I realized there were things that I missed or things that were kind of just not appreciated when I watched it. So it was just a really full, well-bodied film that just kind of needed some time to breathe. And it was a fascinating view. I gave it like literally a 7 or an 8 out of 10. And there was just some fascinating sequences that were kind of imitating dreams and imagery in dreams. And, you know, there was like literally almost a 1 hour sequence that was like a continuous shot. So there's just a lot of things that I just really didn't appreciate. And then when the ending credits rolled up and I thought about it, I was like, wow, it was a really interesting film. So Long Day's Journey into Night was the second film I watched this week.
Cool.
What did you watch this week?
So I watched 4 films.
Nice.
3 of which I will watch again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Oh wow!
One of which I keep telling every time I've seen it, I'm like, okay, that's it. I don't need to see this film again. And then I keep watching the damn thing. So the one that I watched that I probably won't watch again, I hope, is 127 Hours. Now look,
never seen it.
It's a good, So it's you know what it's about though.
Very familiar. Yep.
Yeah. So it's this isn't really a spoiler because it's the point of the movie.
Yep.
Is it's based on a true story. A guy that is like rock climbing or hiking, and he falls into a canyon, and a rock pins his arm. And he's stuck there for 127 hours until he, comes to the conclusion that he's going to have to use a combination of cutting through his arm with his pocket knife, and then like using the, leverage that he's got with the rock and the wall to like snap his bone so that he can get out and rescue himself, because otherwise like no one's going to find him. He's run out of water. It's James Franco. You know what? It is a good movie. It's a well done movie. I just don't need to see that again and again. It's such a stressful movie. It causes me so much stress to watch it.
I'm familiar with the premise. I'm so familiar with the premise, and I'm familiar with who was in it and everything about the film. But even just you revisiting what it's about and me sitting here, I'm like pulling at the collar of my shirt going, "Ugh."
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Sure.
And if you haven't seen it, I do recommend watching it at least once, but you probably won't revisit it over and over. So
cool.
The other 3 films that I watched. Are you ready for this?
I am so curious. What films kind of classify themselves as the rewatch category?
I sat down, and again, for like the umpteenth time, I wouldn't even be able to tell you. I wouldn't be able to tell you how many times I've seen these. Probably, 10 plus anyways. 10 plus. I sat down and watched one of the greatest trilogies of all time. Back to the Future.
Oh, yes, of course you did.
And it's just so good. Oh my gosh. Like, it's just amazing. And I feel like at this point you can't really spoil Back to the Future because everyone, at this point you better have seen it. Like, I don't, but specifically the end of the second one. I know, a lot of people don't like the second one. The end of the second one is potentially, again, spoilers for the second Back to the Future movie. After the DeLorean gets struck by lightning, and the guy from Western Union shows up with the letter, like everything from there on is one of the greatest moments in cinema. Because it instantly, he says, he reads, he realizes, okay, the doc is, he's alive. He's stuck in the Old West, but he's alive. And he goes running. And the guy from Western Union says, kid, wait, are you all right? Do you need any help? And he says, there's only one man who can help me. And then it cuts to 1955 Doc, who, like in the end of the first film, is helping the 1985 original, the Marty from the first film, get back to 1985. And you see all that happen, and he successfully travels back to the future. And Doc kind of like celebrates by dancing around in the fire trails, and he heads back to his car. And then all of a sudden this music starts playing, and you see the Marty from the second film come running around the corner. And he's just like, Doc. And he's like, what? It can't be you. I just sent you back to the future. And Marty's like, I know you did, Doc. I know. But I'm back. I'm back from the future. And Doc says, great, Scott. And he like passes out and hits his head. And it's just so, like, when it happens, the combination of the music and what's happening and the intensity of it, I get like goosebumps. Like my hair stands up on end. It's so, so good.
Isn't
so,
it?
Yeah, it's been a good week for film.
It's so fascinating, the power of film and what it can mean and what it can do to each individual. And that's very cool. I can appreciate that story.
So
okay, can I? Yeah. This might be 15 seconds that someone might just skip over because it's so specific and anecdotal to me. Back to the Future, the trilogy, to me feels like it can only be watched in the summer months, and it's just super arbitrary. I felt like watching it last summer and I never got around to it, and I'm not watching it now because it's the winter, and I will literally wait till the warm weather again to watch it, and I can't explain why, but that's just
no, me
thing.
Neither, because like when Marty goes back to 1955, it's November 5th.
Oh, for sure.
It's November 5th, 1955.
I know.
It's in the late fall.
I know.
All right.
It's just a thing.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Wrap this thing up, dude.
So those are the 3. That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Really appreciate it. We love having you join us each week. If you haven't done so already, please like, follow, subscribe on all our social media pages below. All the links are below. Leave us a comment, leave us a like on the episode page. We love hearing back from you. If you feel so inclined, you can check out our Patreon page, our merchandise page. It's ways for you to help support, maintain, and help the show grow. And it's ways for us to give you some perks for saying, hey, thanks a lot for joining the ride. For all of our Patreon supporters, thank you so much. And for everyone, until next week.
Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Right. Again, that adds on to the Jack Nicholson just playing himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that is something Jack would say.
At a Lakers game.
Well, it's because it's a good life lesson. Yeah. They're words to live by.
Yeah.